All right, what's going on, people? So let's see here. If I click there, no, we should probably have your face, yeah, like this. So yeah, I got my Move here with me. I am going to be exploring some stock sounds in Ableton, as I can show you here. No, 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 no. Here, that I have certain things like edited to only show up things that I actually use. For now, I'm going to actually bring instruments and sounds here so I could explore both of these. I think what I'm going to do is I want to, like, when I'm using Ableton Move as a controller, I want to leverage the encoders being mapped automatically to devices and kind of like explore Ableton stock sounds and instruments and effects, etc. As opposed to Arturia, which, you know, when I'm using my Arturia keyboard, it kind of makes more sense of using that there. So this is like just a chance to explore this, add in some instruments, stock instruments, and like turn these knobs and like see if I could just make some inspiring, unique sounds that maybe aren't even presets. And then, yeah, make some music with it and such. So excited to do so, and I'll be, as usual, monitoring chat a little bit. Monitoring chat. Boom. So yeah, I'll just be looking at this periodically. But yeah, let's get started. So I'm gonna actually probably I think I'm gonna mute my microphone except when I'm actually talking, and that way you can kind of hear the actual sounds a little bit better. So I'm going mute right now, and let's do this. Okay, I'm gonna not load instruments, but rather load sounds in. And I think what I'll do is, like, when I'm able, like, I'm gonna do more so exploring presets for now. But when I'm able to find like a preset that I think sounds interesting, I think I'm gonna like create another folder on the side and favorite them so that there's some outcome to this thing that we're doing here, right? The outcome is that I could find sounds that I like. Someone email me or text me. Hold on a second. Email. Oh, cool. Let me read this real quick, one sec. Thanks for finding torn to figure out whether I should get this out. Oh my god, give me his video. Found a thread of Reddit that people were saying you can't stream audio, so I assume you can't choose. Alright, I gotta respond to a quick email, guys, so give me a moment. You'll just look at my face as I'm typing, I guess, right? Since this is a private email. Alright, let's go back here and let's continue exploring some Ableton stuff here. Alright, cool. Just minimize. I might just minimize the chat. Can we, am my audio coming in? Yeah, alright, let's get back to it. I think I'm gonna leave leave myself unmuted. There's just something about the way sounds are organized in Ableton that just is not. I just don't like. I think having to do what I'm doing to click things is just not fun. That being said, let's keep exploring it. Maybe something does click. No pun intended. While I'm doing this, also, why is this not? It's the trash not emptying. That's weird. All right, so so you're here. You're in all your sounds. Say if I wanted to find a guitar or plucked sound, you can click that, and then you can get access. What about character? Maybe even that. So like you can be like, all right, I want to find a guitar plucked. So you click that, and then you're like, okay, I want a classic guitar, and then you want basic. So these are all your. So you can hit enter. Boom. That's how you do that. Now similarly, if you come back up to this hierarchy, you can't just click anything else. If you want a lead and you want something that's punchy. That's interesting. I get so, not stuck, but I just do not, I know I keep saying it, but I just don't like the way sounds are organized here. So say, for example, if I accept that for what it is and say, all right, let's come back over here and I know the title says something different, but let's get rid of the filters here. Let's come back over to our Arturia stuff, which we're more comfortable in. And say if we want to start with some of this stuff here, like pigments. Again, let me see what these people said real quick here in Discord. So there was some, I didn't fully understand this, but there were some suggestions on how to get these knobs to control Arturia plugins. I didn't fully understand it, but let me come back over here and see. So essentially, what is he saying? I'm fine with doing it manually too. Like, I just want to see if it could work with at least one of these. How far back are we going? Dang, where was this at? Here. If the 8 Arturia macros are editable with the mouse, which they are, I guess, you simply load it as a VST in the Insert Instruments track. Okay. Add the Arturia macros to the plugins pane in Live to make. Oh. Okay, so this makes sense. This is different than what I've been trying. So I think they're essentially saying, if I go to here and I do something like strings, bring this here. So these knobs need to be mapped in Ableton. To add plugin parameters to this panel, click the configure button. Alright, so I guess this is kind of what is being told to me right now. Configure. Click on them in the, okay, so for example, that is handled by this. This is handled, okay, so this is kind of what's being told, right? That's that. This is this. This is this. This is here. And here's here. And morph. I don't know what morph means, but whatever. Alright, I didn't quite get that right, but let's just see. So we're here. Where's my... Oh. I don't know if I like how that's coming in, but we double click again. So then I think we have to save this. Wait, let me see. We might not want that up. We might close that. Motion. So they still show up right there. That's good. That means we're close. So I think we would need to. All right. So once this is done, I think we need to close this. Well, let's find a different sound. So, all right, we're definitely close. Let's get out of here for a sec. Let's go into, so we just kind of did that, but let's go into something like pigments, for example. That's a big one. And then these macros here. Yeah, okay, so we're close then. So for example, I should be able to resize this window a bit like that. I should be able to click this, hit configure, click on that, turn it, click on that, turn it, click on this, turn it, click on this, turn that. And then maybe, I think the next few are like this, that, this, and this maybe? I don't know. But we have all those in. We should be able to save this as a temp, I don't know, pigments. Let me see. So let's see, that's saved as under templates in user library. Not even templates, it's just saved as a plugin. So, I guess we would just load this. So when we want to use this, AU. So let's see. So we're here. Okay. So I think from here, if I want to use this again, so there's a couple things. I think I kind of figured it out thanks to what the suggestion was. It's saving these over here in Ableton's pane, which then lets you control them that way, and it's saved here. So I think if I go File New and don't save, I think that I'd have to load this up, because then this loads as Pigments, as like a saved version of Pigments, which is cool. And then I could do some kind of color thing for now and be like, this effects, and then add this here, and then change the name of this. We don't care about these effects here. Let's take these two out, I guess. And clear colors. And then this will be something like Ableton Move mapped. So this would be something like this, where when we're using Move, we should come in here and just use this stuff and load from here, because now when you load, these are being controlled. They're not being controlled for some reason. Okay, so why aren't they? Let's see, we got to figure that out. I thought that these were saved here. Why wouldn't that have been saved? Configure, that's interesting. I thought they were just saved, but I just moved it up here. What if I go File New? I think we're getting super close. You got to be able to go to User Library, open this. So these are not. All right, so I'm gonna respond. So that works, but when I hit save, it doesn't save them for some reason. Right? Configure. This is this. This is this. We'll just do the first four, like that, and then save. Okay. So new set. Close this up. So again, when you launch this Pigments, it's not there. But if you launch this one, it's not there either. All right, so something's got to give here. Let me respond to this. Let me respond. What are these called? Parameters. Arteria has mapped to what? To their first 8 knobs. My only other thing here is that when I map them in the way you state, and then I save that clicking by clicking. It saves the what? What is this called? It saves the device, but those plugins, but those parameters don't get saved for some reason. So plugins with the parameters don't get saved. Okay, so we're definitely close. Now at least we can kind of play around with this a little bit and try to figure it out on our own. Hi, what's going on, man? Hyde F84. Were you born in 1984? Because if so, that's the same. Yeah, my brother was born. Cool. All right, so LA is doable. Sorry, there's a few things going on right now. LA is doable. Okay, so yes, to answer your question, Ableton is becoming my main DAW. Although if I had to say what my main DAW is currently, it still probably is Chord Gadget. But I am getting more and more comfortable using Ableton to be able to say that, yeah, it is my main, it's like becoming my main DAW. There's still things about it that I dislike, but I'm getting close, for sure. And how do I like the Move? I'm close to saying I love it, but I like it a lot. It's a lot of fun and inspiring to use. I have it right here off camera. But yeah, so I'm using it as a controller in this video. And even though the title says something different, I'm actually working on figuring out how to map the knobs and Move to external plugins. That's my goal right now. I'm very close to figuring it out, but I'm not quite there. For some reason, when I do it, they don't get saved even if I click the save button, and I have to figure out why that's happening. So like if I delete selected item, I'm gonna move that to trash, I'm gonna move that to trash, and we're gonna try this again. So like if I were to, okay, we deleted it already. If I were to come back in Pigments, you know, and load that in, I need Pigments to be able to, I'm just trialing it with these 4 parameters here. So like if I click this and hit configure, it says to add parameters to this panel, click on them in the plugin. Yeah, so doing that, clicking that, turning the knob, macro 1, macro 2, macro 3, macro 4. Then they're all controllable. I also want to be able to, I don't know what this does down here. I don't understand what that is. Oh, so that lets some kind of XY grid of these or something. Okay, something happening with that. That's interesting. Mix, sidechain, okay. External tapping, I don't know any of that stuff, but if I save this, so let's see what this save actually does. So first of all, hot swap we don't care about. Click here to save this device's current settings as a preset, right? So that should, and then I also want to be able to navigate sounds without having to launch or open up the plugin. That's my other thing. Like I may not want this open, right? I may just want to, so even right now, clicking is not even letting me navigate. Now it is. So that all works, but when I click save, and then let's call this what it is, Pigments. So I save that as Pigments. So even within the same project, if I double click, that is good. But as soon as even if I bring it to a new track, see, it doesn't save that's so odd to me. All right, I'm gonna call him. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, let's make this a little brighter. So I can't quite figure that out. I message, okay, maybe someone's gonna respond to my comment, but I am going to forget about that for now because I feel like too much work, and I'm gonna come back in here and just use the presets in Arteria's stuff, and I'm gonna try to make something, so let's do that. I'm gonna keep this rhythm going of creating. We'll go to pigments. We'll do random, like I've been doing. And we'll go to, how do we get random here? Something like that could work. Hit this. Let's see. Okay. Wow, almost, but not quite. So that wasn't. Let me see. Just bring in metronome. Just clear that. Yo, Benjamin, I figured out, if you're able to stick around for a minute, I just got a quick question. So, check this out. So if you, I'm very close. I'm using my Move, right? And so I know that if I go to pigments, there has to be a way to do this. And it's like, it's right here, right? Essentially, if you look on the bottom, click this, go to configure, click on your parameters that you want to configure. So I'm gonna like click on this timbre on the bottom right. I'm gonna rotate my knob. Now it is doing what? It's controlling that. Second thing, cool. Third thing, cool. Fourth thing, cool. So as you can see, let's hit configure again to turn that off. So now, I think I might have just figured this out actually. Hang on, before I even finish asking. I think maybe you have to be out of configure mode and then hit save. And then go like that. And is that gonna work now? Let's see. So pigments, double click, those macros are there, bring it over here. Let's see if they're still there. No, they're not. So as you can see, that's the issue. The issue is that if you look here, even if I save it, everything, these parameters are saved here, which is good. You see I'm turning the knobs and it's, that doesn't sound any different. Why is it not? That's weird that they don't. Either way, like even reverb. Why is reverb? Doesn't sound any different. That's a whole nother issue in itself. But anyway, my question is why do these maps not get saved? So that if I start a new project, you certainly don't want to have to do this every time. I can bring this over, and I would expect those maps, MIDI maps, to be saved, but as you can see, they're not. They're just, it's blank again. So that's my issue. I'm just like, why would that not work? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, no one responded yet. Well, I just sent it, so it's fine. But yeah, I'll look out for your comment. Ableton is the best, you say? Okay, I respect it. I usually map in pigments, but you need to duplicate the track. You map in pigments. And that was the other thing that I was thinking about. Like, yeah, like, okay, let's try that again. For some reason, that wasn't even working the way that I would expect it to. As in, Arturia Instruments, pigments, boom, bring it over. I have this here. I know that there's a settings section, and even this wasn't doing exactly what I needed to. If I click there and I go learn, and I click that first thing, I turn the knob, that works. Cool. Click the second thing, turn my second knob and it is not working. It does not work. So that's my issue, right? Knob 2, knob 3, none of those are actually working here. Do I have to, I can't imagine, see look, this is knob 1 that I'm still turning here. So something so weird is happening. Macro 1, boom. Do I have to hit learn and then go back in and do it? Boom. If we turn the second knob, nothing happens. That's the issue. That is the issue. Certainly, yeah, that's so bizarre. Generic MIDI controller? Yeah, that's what it is. What are any of these settings here? MIDI config, generic. I have no idea. This is where it gets like unfun. You're doing this work that's not creative. It's like, what the heck? Why doesn't it just work? So then it makes me feel like, you know, Figments have mapping on the front panel. Okay. I kind of see that though, right? It's right here. Hey, what's up, Uvox? How are you, man? Thanks for joining and lurking. You see where it says M1, M2, M3, M4? Let's see. M1, M2, M3. You mean in the settings section here? No, not Ableton. So I think you might be a little behind, Benjamin. Let me know. So M1, M2, let me see. For Pigments, the actual plugin. So here's Pigments, the actual plugin. I don't see where it says M1, M2, M3, M4, unless if you're talking about, oh, right here. These, okay. Yeah, I do see that. I don't know what these do. Not too bad, thanks for streaming. Hey, no doubt. Okay, I'll look out. Yes, those. Okay, I do see those. So what do you do with those? I think I'm trying to just click on, that's how you map and change the macros. Okay. So how do you use these? I have no idea, like, what's happening here. There's like a little dial, or you don't click on it. Like, what are you supposed to do? Macro 2, macro 3. Macro controls can modulate multiple parameters simultaneously. So I see that. That's what that's doing. Okay. So weird. I see that. I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. I'll stand by. Let me go to new set, new live set. All right. I just feel inclined to make something in the meantime. But you have to be in that settings section. I'm sorry, I feel like every time I ask, like when we're going through like a tutorial like this, I get frustrated very quickly because it doesn't work the way that I want it to. And I guess, you know what it is? It's because of the fact that most of the time with these live streams, like I feel like I'm in the creative mode, and then this takes me out of the creative mode when something doesn't work the way that I want it to. As opposed to the learning mode, which, you know, sometimes I'm in as well. So interesting. And I'm also extremely hungry and famished at the moment. That being said, if you feel like making a video, feel free to. I have to dip right now though. Or send me a voice message or something on you know, whatever's easier, on Instagram or something. Maybe that might be an idea too. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you a farewell. I need to cook some food. I really do. Also, I released an OPZ video today. Go check it out if you guys get a chance. I think it's live right now. I believe it is. Yeah, so check it out if you guys get a chance. And thanks for joining. And I'll see you guys very, 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 very soon. Peace.